Let's talk today about how to find an amazing deal when buying real estate. Whether you're looking for a primary residence or an investment property, there are many key factors I look for as an agent to help you land an amazing deal. Hey guys, Trevor Burris here with the Trev and Jess team of Love It Properties. It's been a few weeks since I've been able to join you via video because we just had our third child, little Huck Wilder. Check him out, he's a cutie. But in this quick video, I'm going to give you some experience on what exactly helped my clients land a great deal and how you can do the same even in this market. So let's talk about how to find a great deal on a home. When you first start to look for a home, whether it's going to be something you're going to live in or rent out, it's super easy to get sucked into the tricks of the market. Low pricing, great cosmetic finishes, and recent updates all lure you in. And then you find yourself competing against every other buyer in that vicinity that wants to land a deal too. The art of making something look like a deal is really what sells particularly well in this market. So my first piece of advice to you is to avoid these homes. You heard me right. If you don't want to overpay and have to be overcommitted in order to purchase a home, but you would rather land an amazing deal and maybe pay even less than what something is worth, then you need to be looking for a different kind of home. I wanted to kick off this discussion by giving you some notable deals that my clients landed this past year. Deal number one. A condo was listed in North Raleigh and had been on the market for about 2 weeks. We viewed it together and realized there was some deferred maintenance that looked like water damage in one of the bathrooms and bedrooms. After digging in and asking a few questions, we found out that the condo above had had a water leak recently, but everything had been repaired professionally and the seller had just decided not to repair the drywall before listing. We did some research and I advised my client, let's offer lower than what they're asking and ask for them to repair the drywall that was damaged. They agreed. It ended up appraising for $12,000 more than what we paid, and they fixed the drywall before we even closed. Here's the second deal. My first-time homebuyer client spotted a great townhome that looked like it had some obvious structural issues. We got some information from the seller that said all the work had been done correctly in order to remediate the issues, but they couldn't give us a structural engineer's validation that the work was done correctly. We got her under contract with a very low due diligence, and that allowed us to negotiate pretty hard when we found there were some things that needed to still be corrected. So we pushed for a heavy concession, and because they had very little leverage against us, we ended up negotiating $10,000 for her prior to closing. The third deal was a new construction client that had been looking for a home for quite a while. At the time, a new builder had stepped onto the scene in this particular neighborhood, and they were struggling to get rid of inventory. They were already offering a pretty significant concession amount, but I advised my clients to ask for even more. They gave in quickly to an additional $10,000 of concession, totaling more than $20,000 for them just to get into a new construction home. These three deals capture many of the main things I look for with clients when they're looking for a deal. Here's a couple of key factors that tend to be indicators of this type of opportunity. Number one, more than 7 days on market. Number two, something with a lot of outdated cosmetic finishes. Number three, a house that has some deferred maintenance issues. And number four, a seller who is advertising an incentive up front. If one or more of these factors are present, this is a great candidate to land a deal. Now let me break down why these matter. In our area, days on market says a lot about a property to potential purchasers. It communicates something may be deficient about the property that's not easily determined by pictures. It can also mean the asking price they've extended is too high and the market isn't willing to pay it. So when you see something with more than 7 days on market, odds are you can potentially get it for less. In addition, if a property needs a lot of cosmetic updates to bring it up to snuff with the current trends, then there is the potential that it may sell for less. Cosmetic finishes aren't cheap to do yourself, but the market is typically willing to overpay for something that is fresh and updated. So it may be a perfectly good house, but if the market doesn't see the finishes that they want, then they may not be willing to compete for it. This could spell the perfect opportunity to land a deal. Deferred maintenance is another common thing we spot on properties that aren't flying off the shelf. Something that needs a new roof, a new HVAC, or some siding repair is much harder to sell. Again, the market goes crazy for turnkey options, so this may be an opportunity. Lastly, when you see an incentive get floated out in the description of a listing, whether that's resale or new construction, this could be an opportunity to see the maximum concession they're willing to make in order to get you on the hook. Incentives mean they are either afraid of being able to sell the home in its current state, or they aren't seeing the attention they want in order to get it sold. Either way, it's an indication of the potential for a great deal. It's important to note, after spotting some of these key factors, you still have to be smart in how you approach the seller. You'll want to lean on your real estate agent's experience in order to help you forecast the potential appraisal value, negotiate for maximum concession, and make sure you aren't getting in over your head when it comes to repairs. One of the greatest advantages to a property that has several of these key factors is that you often don't have to push out a very high due diligence fee. That means it will be very low risk for you to investigate the property, and it will leave you with plenty of room to negotiate should you need further repairs after investigations. Often you can ask for a lengthy contract period too, so you have plenty of time to get your ducks in a row and make a wise decision on whether it's good to move forward with the purchase. Hopefully now you can see how spotting one or more of these key factors can help you find an amazing deal. These types of deals are happening all the time, but it pays to know exactly what to look out for and to be patient for the right opportunity to come along. Plus, having a great agent who can help you spot these opportunities will be so valuable. I would love to help you find one of these deals like I help my clients find one. So please reach out if I can be an asset to you as you look for your next purchase. That's it for today. Thanks for watching, friends, and we'll see you next time.